Hi, I'm Charlotta, and today I'm going to analyze a 1940s wrap style dress with you. It's a great beginner style. You can either draft the whole dress or you can add just the wrap style to an existing flared dress. And this is actually a recording of a live analysis I did on Instagram, but lots of you have asked before that they prefer to watch it here on YouTube in landscape. So I've recorded it and uploaded it for you so you can watch it at your own leisure. This is a great beginner style. If you want to sort of up your pattern cutting as well, great news, the Vintage Masterclass is going live again next Tuesday, the 10th of May. I've got 20 places, so if you really want to learn how to pattern cut with a bit of vintage flair, please do join me. I'm gonna put some posts both here on YouTube and Instagram. So now let's have a look at this 1940s wrap style dress. So this is a Claire McCardell. I'm gonna double check whether it is a Claire McCardell. But for now I'm gonna say it is. And I never know how to spell her, if it's 1 D or 2. It's got that typical sort of 40s style, you know, it grows up the shoulder and up on the neck. And quite a few recently have asked how to actually draft the neckline. So that's going to be our neckline on, I'm going to do a tutorial for that on Patreon. But this is basically the back here. So it goes up your back and then the front goes down into a really nice V-neck. And what's interesting, because this is a fashion shoot, and what I actually noticed when I looked at it closely, can you see this has been pinned? Can you see here? Can you see how the fabric is stretched? Somebody's put a pin in there so that it sits how they wanted to do. So in real life, it probably wouldn't sit exactly like that. Or there might be a popper or a button there. But it looks like somebody pinned it for the fashion shoot. But what it basically is, I think, so from the top, it looks like it has like, it has some gathers here or pleats. And I'm wearing my Claire McCardell wrap dress today. So, which is, I put it on just for this. And then it sort of has this beautiful 40s dropped shoulder. And if you have any questions, please feel free to pop them in the chat box and I will answer them as they pop up. It basically, it wraps over like this, and then the back, I would imagine, just has a it probably ties up, so it's like a sort of, it's similar to wrap dress, which is why if some of you might have been watching the Great British Sewing Bee and they did wrap dresses last week, so that made me think of it as well. And then I think underneath you got the sort of undergarment, and then actually I've drawn the wrap a bit too high, but it looks like that. And then you got quite a full skirt. You can sort of see how pleated it is here, and the stripes really make it much easier to see how it looks like. So whenever you're looking at garments to draft, having a stripe makes it much easier. So now to talk to the back, I think the back looks, it's got that sort of grown on collar, which is really flattering and really easy. And then I think the back looks something like this. And then it has that sort of fair ties, and it probably has a bow or knot. And it has our volume coming from the top. And then I imagine the back again has some sort of gathers from the volume. So that is how it looks like, this style. And what I actually think is that we got two parts to this garment. We have our, so I'm just thinking what colors to use, blue and red. So I'm going to use the dress itself. This is not the stripe direction, which is just to show you a difference. The dress itself, I'm going to draw in red. And I think the dress underneath properly maybe goes something like this. So now this is, if any of you ever made this or seen it in real life, I'd love to know where I'm right. I think the dress underneath could be something like that, yeah? And then you actually have your separate, like a shawl collar, like a shawl, not a collar, like a shawl, which is attached into our shoulder seams, and then it ties round. So what we have is, in theory, a really a simple dress. So I'm just thinking how best to draw it. If you have a simple dress, it could even be like quite A-line, or it might be sort of semi-fitted otherwise underneath, so you get more volume. It's up to you really. And then I think it actually has, from the back coming on, it's got like a long scarf attached. So that is our, it goes to our back. So the front, if you look at it, it looks like the front probably would go like that, and then from the back has a dropped shoulder, and then the back has these attached panels which then wrap over. So what you basically end up with is your back dress. And I will actually, I think they might just be really oversized and wide, and then it just all gets gathered together. So you got your back, and then you've got your front, and the front sort of gets stitched into the back like this, and then of course on the side seams. And then you got your separate panel, which is the same length like this, and then it just is a long tie which then gets tied around. I hope you enjoyed this little analysis of a 1940s dress. Was it as you expected? It's one of those images, when I first saw it, I thought it was really complicated. But isn't it clever how simple it is? And of course the great thing is, with that sort of style, you can wrap it lots of different ways to get a different effect. And if you use a striped fabric or printed fabric, you can have lots of fun with the direction too. If you make this dress, I'd love to see it. Otherwise, if you have any comments or questions, do please let me know in the comments below, and I will try to upload all my live analyses onto here from now on, so you can expect a new one each Tuesday. But that's it for me for today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!